My name is Pam Mao. I'm the state president of the Indiana Gold Star Mothers, and I am the co-president of the Greater Lafayette Honor Flight.
I'm Dana Van, and I am the vice president for the Indiana Gold Star Mothers, and I am on the Lafayette Honor Flight Board.
I decided to email other Gold Star departments throughout the United States. I was looking for a new service project, and I got a bunch of feedback, and one of the mothers mentioned that she had been on an honor flight. When I found out what it was, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm going to ask the other mothers in the community if they're interested in doing it.
When the idea came to the Indiana Gold Star Mothers, I was just really excited. I come from a military family. My father, my brother, my son, all in the Air Force. And so the idea of honoring our veterans just comes naturally to me. So it just seemed like a really good fit, a great project to honor our veterans.
Our mission: to transport America's veterans to Washington, D.C., to visit those memorials dedicated to honor the service and sacrifices of themselves and their friends.
We always go on a Monday because DC is just not as crowded, so our veterans really get the attention that we want them to have. So it starts on Sunday when we have what's called a meet and greet. We invite their families because not everybody can go on the flight with us. So we have a day of entertainment and start to honor our veterans. And I remember the first couple especially, we had veterans say, if this is all we had, we would be happy. So to go on the flight the next day was just a bonus, you know. So then we send them home and we tell them not to be at the airport till 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, they're usually there waiting for us when we get there at 5. My husband says it's like a little kid on Christmas morning, you know, they can't wait to do this. So we get to the airport, we get them signed in, get them their information, send them to the back for breakfast. You know, the Purdue band's there playing patriotic music. And then we're ready to get on the plane. We wait for the plane to get there, we load and head out to DC.
All of our honor flight veterans are matched with a guardian. Many times it's a relative, a son, daughter, grandchild, someone to make sure that that veteran has a very special day. And if they don't have a relative that comes, we have volunteers from our community that volunteer to go along and provide for that veteran for the day and have a trip of a lifetime and great memories with one of our nation's veterans.
We came to Washington, D.C., where we're greeted with a wonderful welcome from the Honor Flight Network out there. They plan arrivals for us out there, and they tell everybody in the terminal that an honor flight's arriving, so people come from everywhere and welcome our veterans, which is very unexpected to them. They're just not used to all the hoopla that comes there. So again, each step of the way, we feel like, oh, this is better than the last step. And just wait, you know, we always say, oh, this is just the beginning, you know.
Well, the first thing was some people clapping out front, and then the music, of course, you couldn't help it. And then just seeing them all come through. My dad is a veteran, Vietnam and Korea, and he passed away 2 years ago. And so this just is something I wish he could have been involved with, quite honestly.
They just announced that this was happening, and although we know about them, we've never seen one. So it's just been really great that we can just walk down and see this, honor these great guys that I grew up with all my life.
So then we go to the World War II Memorial. We spend time there.
Trudy Sharp Monroe.
Okay.
Don Sharp's daughter from Frankfort, Indiana. But my husband and I live in Fredericksburg, Virginia now. So we took the train up today to catch my dad here. So that's my dad, Don Sharp from Frankfort, Indiana.
You had to wait so long, didn't you?
Well, I've been here a while, but that's okay. It's not a camera. This is a World War II veteran.
Yeah.
All right.
Dedicated on May 29, 2004, the National World War II Memorial was designed by architect Friedrich St. Florian. 56 pillars and 2 arches surround the monument plaza and fountain. The Freedom Wall holds 4,048 gold stars. Each star represents 100 Americans who died during World War II. The wall is a sobering reminder of the price paid for freedom.
Then we get back on our buses and go over to the Lincoln Memorial, the Vietnam Wall, and the Korean Memorial. Spend a lot of time there because it's a bigger area.
Located in Washington, D.C., the National Mall often refers to the area between the Lincoln Memorial and the United States Capitol, with the Washington Monument standing at midpoint. Close to 24 million visitors spend time on the grounds each year, many of them making the pilgrimage to pay their respects to those who so bravely fought for freedom at the various memorials on the grounds. The three-soldier statue, designed by well-known sculptor Frederick Hart, depicts 3 young men who served amongst the branches of the armed forces during the Vietnam War. The statue, unveiled to the public in 1984, faces the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, with the bronze figures gazing in tribute towards their fallen compatriots, whose names are engraved in memoriam. Spanning 2 acres, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, designed by architect Maya Lin, honors U.S. troops in chronological order who served, fought, were reported missing in action, or died in service at Vietnam, Southeast Asia. The sunken pathway provides visitors the opportunity to search for names of friends and loved ones. As of May 2015, 58,307 names have been carved into the stone walls.
This line, okay. There's Tarian. Tarian got it after Joe. Joe got it. Yeah, I was with these guys 9.5 months, 9th Infantry in Vietnam. And they got John M. Tarian. I slept on the top bunk, he slept on the bottom bunk. And so this, this.
Constructed in honor to the women who courageously gave comfort, cared for the wounded, and gave respite to those during their final breath in the midst of the Vietnam conflict, the Vietnam Women's Memorial is a critical addition honoring the upwards of 10,000 women who served during the conflict.
I served in the Army Nurse Corps in Vietnam from 1968 to 69 at the Convalescent Center, CC at Cam Bay, and then I went up to the 91st Evac at WWII. Being back on this trip, it's like reliving those kinds of experiences and being back with the best men that you could ever find in our country, because they gave so much. And so that's why it's so important, I think, for us to come back and kind of relive and also find closure.
Commemorating the 5.8 million Americans who bravely served in America's armed forces during the 3-year conflict, the Korean War Veterans Memorial was dedicated on July 27, 1995. The 19 stainless steel statues that face the triangular-shaped granite panels were designed by Frank Gaylord. The United Nations Wall and Pool of Remembrance pay homage to those who stood for freedom at great cost.
And this was sitting on the top of my bucket list. And when I had the opportunity to send in and and request a flight, why, that's what I did. We were a rice paddy, and it's of the way the war was in that particular field. I thought it was appropriate with the figures as they were coming through the rice paddies. That's the way that war was fought. All the figures represented emotion in that particular battlefield. They all took their positions the way it would have been in battle.
The United States Marine Corps War Memorial, also known as the Iwo Jima Memorial, was dedicated in 1954 in Arlington, Virginia. Inspired by the historic photo of 6 servicemen raising the American flag on Mount Suribachi in 1945, sculptor Felix de Weldum longed to create the iconic image. Cast in bronze, the figures each stand 32 feet tall upon a base of granite, etched with inscriptions on the front and rear.
I appreciate this memorial. I just appreciate the Second World War guys a whole lot. Those are the guys that saved our country. If it hadn't have been for them, we wouldn't be walking around this today, I can tell you that. We wouldn't be seeing this. Yeah. But this has always been, being a Marine, this has always been one of my highlights.
I really can't put words to it. Being a Marine myself, you know, and other than all the sacrifices of their lives and everything. I had 3 brothers on Iwo Jima when they were in World War II. Yeah, Marine Corps. So.
And welcome home, and it's a proud moment for me to be with you.
Well, same here.
But now, I get tingly. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be standing next to you.
Same here, Larry.
Good man.
Unveiled on October 14, 2006, the United States Air Force Memorial is dedicated to those who currently serve and those who paved the way. Located in Arlington, Virginia, the memorial was dedicated by James Freed. Keeping watch over the memorial grounds are 4 8-foot-tall statues of the Memorial Honor Guard, created by Zenos Frudakis.
And we end our day at Arlington National Cemetery at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Arlington National Cemetery is the final resting place for many who served our country. Established in 1864, the 624-acre grounds are divided into 70 sections, with between 27 and 30 funerals, inurnments, and internments conducted each weekday.
Arriving at the cemetery, it was unbelievable that there could be 660 acres of white crosses, and we're standing amongst the heroes of all world wars. And our honor to our country, I felt privileged to be there. Well, to visit the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was the climax of all the monuments. And to see and to feel, along with the rest of the vets, all the same, in honor to that soldier and all the soldiers.
The Arlington Memorial Amphitheater, of which the Tomb of the Unknowns is part of, hosts state funerals, Memorial Day, and Veterans Day ceremonies. Guards are on duty protecting the Tomb of the Unknowns 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The symbolic, yet meticulously regulated guard change is open to the public.
It is an emotional thing. For the vets, we hear taps. We've heard taps during our tours of duty. But to go and to hear it there, it's hallowed. It's a feeling you just have to go to feel it.
Order! Arm!
All during the day, we feed them, we make sure their needs are taken care of, medically, anything that needs to be done. We really try to cover everything and make sure that they don't have a worry in the world. Hopefully it's us and our board of directors that make sure that they have a great day.
One of the most exciting things for our veterans is something we do. It's an honor flight mail call. Many of these guys remember back in the service, one of the best things was when they would all get together and they would deliver the mail. And they always hoped every day that they got mail. So Honor Flight decided that it would be important on the way home to do a mail call for our veterans. So prior to the flight, we have a volunteer who calls one of the relatives and tries to spread the word. Get some mail for your veteran to open on the flight home.
We're getting ready to do the Honor Flight mail call. Robert Baxter.
The mail call, I waited until I got home, and I had my granddaughter open them and read them. And my neighbor said, well, you better have a couple of Kleenex. I said, no, you need a couple of boxes. And my granddaughter read those letters and we both cried.
And I have also children from the schools and just people from our community that send me letters honoring and just thanking these veterans for the service to our country and also hoping that they had a great day when we were honoring them.
We didn't know how much we were appreciated until you read your letters from all those people that know you and who you have met. And children from the schools, and they didn't know you, but they honored you. That's how that was.
So on the plane ride home, it's just really exciting as you call their name and hand them their envelope of mail. And after the flight, it's surprising how many of these veterans write thank you notes to these children from the schools and go visit them. I had a veteran call me the other day and he said he took his mail call letters and gave them to other veterans. He said, I just want to pass it on. The feeling that I got when I was thanked by those children needed to be shared. And so he passed them on to other veterans and told them to do the same.
And then it's back to the airport again, to our wonderful Purdue Airport, where we have 400 people. It looks like 4,000. So they're just floored that they're being welcomed home again and thanked for their service again. It's just a great end to a special day. These veterans are aging. Our World War II veterans are in their 90s. Our Korean War veterans are in their upper 80s, between 85 and 90. And our Vietnam veterans are getting close to like 68 to 80. So, and you know, our days are numbered. None of us know how long we're going to be here. It's one of those things that it's so important to not wait any longer. We got to do it now, especially these World War II veterans. We want to give them one last special mission to go on. So
it's just so important to thank them and let them know how much our country appreciates what they did for us. And the time is now, because soon we will probably have lost all our World War II veterans. So we need to take them while we can, and then we need to continue on with our Korean War veterans and our Vietnam veterans. Many of them didn't feel thanked when they came home, and we need to thank them and welcome them home as well.
Help continue the mission of Honor Flight to ensure our veterans have the opportunity to visit our nation's capital, visit the memorials constructed in their honor, and experience the hero's welcome they so richly deserve. An experience of a lifetime for those who have given us a lifetime of freedom. We owe this freedom of choice and action to those men and women in uniform who have served this nation and its interest in time of need. In particular, we are forever indebted to those who have given their lives that we might be free. President Ronald Reagan.